Hey, it's Jimmy Presley. Today is Mother's Day here. It's also a very cloudy, windy day. Back there, way back there, the woods lay. Well, it reminds me of my favorite horror movie. It's windy, so if it gets in the way of the audio, I apologize. But, and this, you know what, I try to block it out. Screw it, it's there, it's a part of my face. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do till I get it removed. But, no more apologizing. Today is the 41st anniversary of Friday the 13th, 1980. And I wanted to say it's always, next to a few others, been my absolute favorite horror movie of all time. Just because of the feel and the atmosphere. Those kids alone at that camp, not knowing that there's a killer lurking around, always watching them. That's what got me. It's just, you hear the birds in the forest, you hear the wind, you feel the storm. You see that killer watching them and, you know, touching the branches and moving it down. You see the ring on the finger, the boots, the kind of the flannel shirt and the raincoat at one point when Ned goes into that cabin. And it blows my mind. And they stuck with that detail. Even later when Betsy Palmer comes in with her sweater, you see that same flannel sticking out the top of the shirt, and the knife she got on her belt, the same one she killed like Annie with at the tree and stuff. I loved that movie and the atmosphere. I wanted to thank those, like Betsy Palmer, rest in peace. She's been gone, I guess, maybe 5 years this year, I think. I want to thank her because she was always a sweetheart. I talked to her on Facebook many times. She sent me an autograph when she was ill. I didn't know she was as ill as she was. It took her a while to get to us when she'd moved back to her New York house or something. She just happened to get my letter and sent me an autograph. And she was gone less than 6 months later, I think, and it touched me. Adrienne King is always a sweetheart who played Alice. You know, she went through a lot after that movie, but you know, thanks for being there for the fans and being such a sweetheart. Ari Lehman, you know, young Jason, got his autograph a long time ago before all the cons got real big and the signing online. I reached out to him through his site, and he sent me some pictures signed, and I finally got to meet him at Adventure Con here in Knoxville, Tennessee years ago. He was a really nice guy, and I met so many of the other people or gotten autographs from via Facebook. There's great. I'm getting another one soon from Janine Taylor, who played Marcy. Haven't met her, but a friend of mine's getting that, and I'm really excited. But I just wanted to say, in honor of the 41st anniversary, I didn't do nothing for the 40th anniversary last year, but I should have. Anyway, I forgot where I was. I got interrupted, but I wanted to say, you know, I didn't get to do nothing for the 40th anniversary. That's where I was, due to I was helping with a couple of indie films and stuff, and it just kind of slipped my mind. But, you know, this is just my honor, my tribute. People may not like this, but it's kind of for my own log that, you know, Friday the 13th has been there since I was a kid. It was on TV when I was real little, and I don't think my parents knew I was watching it, but I watched it, and it scared me. I used to lay on the floor by my bed as a little kid. I'm talking 5, 6 years old. I shouldn't have seen it by then. I mean, this was 1980, whatever, 5 and 86. But I used to lay in the bed and look under it to make sure Mrs. Voorhees was not under that bed trying to get me. So that's how much it got to me back then and scared me. And it still holds that feeling of dread and fear to this day. So again, thank you to the cast, the filmmakers. I know Victor Miller wrote it and created the characters, and he did a great job. So, you know, kudos to you, Victor. Hope things are going well for you, and just thanks for that movie that still to this day is one that I can watch multiple times a year. You know, I'm proud to have that Friday the 13th box set that came out through Screen Factory, and the first thing I watched, of course, it wasn't just because it's in horror, but the first thing I grabbed was Friday the 13th to watch for the first time for me in the Blu-ray transfer, which I loved. It was still dark and spooky and grainy as it needed to be, you know. So thanks guys, and thanks Friday the 13th, thanks Paramount, all the filmmakers and cast and the crew for creating, you know, it really is a cinematic horror masterpiece. Yeah, we'll talk soon. I'll do another video, but yeah, thanks Friday the 13th. Remember today on Mother's Day. 41st anniversary.